Welcome to the Roadshow podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadshow. You know what time it is. Today, we are sitting here with the one and only Lachie from PerthDudeFood. What's happening, bro?
Hello, mate.
How was the Fringe shows?
They were crazy. I'm pretty good with public speaking.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got up there with the lights, because I'm not used to the lights, like they're all focused on you, can't see anything.
Oh, is that good though?
The second night, once I got used to it, the first night that just completely threw me because it's not like even I was talking to nobody. It was talking to like less than nobody, like an abyss.
Right.
And I just threw me off. I lost all my structure.
Yeah.
And I just kept like fluffing about. People didn't care, but I cared.
Were you going into it with like, I'm going to get eye contact here, and then it just threw you off when there was nothing at all?
I don't know. Like I just got thrown. I just went, huh.
Yeah.
Like it was the weirdest shit.
So what was the talks on?
So a bloke called Tim, and I can't remember the guy's other name. That sucks. But Tim got me. He's an ex-chef. There's two ex-chefs.
Right.
I'm an ex-chef as well.
Okay.
And it's called the Hospitality Comedy Show. So it's the first time they've ever done it, and we didn't really know what we were going to. So the idea is they do stand-up. They're stand-up comics.
Yeah.
So chefs turn stand-up comics.
Right.
And they like, so they're into like anyone that's got out of chefing and stories and things like that. And they knew I was an ex-chef, so they invited me to tell a horror story about like
Something in the kitchen.
yeah, just one of many.
Yeah.
But they do stand-up comedy, and then we would just sit there, almost like a panel show, almost like this, but with an audience. A bit like Kill Tony a bit, you know, like you've seen that,
yeah, I love
a bit like
Kill
that. We just sort of chat
Yeah.
and riff, but it's all about hospo, so it's pretty cool. So, and then I told a story, and then
What's the craziest story that was?
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
It actually, I had two before I remembered this one. Like it's almost wiped from your brain.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking back there, but it's like
The trauma never leaves
oh,
you.
dude, it's like, dude, it's full PTSD. Like if I hear a microwave pop off, I'm like, who the fuck's getting that? Like get it? Like you know, like it gives me anxiety.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well, I guess it's anxiety. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what anxiety feels like. It fucking is.
Yeah. It's probably just like the recognition of like, you might fuck this up kind of thing, that noise.
Because when something beeps, it's fucking ready.
Yeah, it's ready.
And it's going to go black if
Yeah.
you don't address it. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just programmed like, fuck.
Yeah, the other one is like the docket machines. And you're fucking, like, yeah, you start. Even if we're at a cafe and you can hear it.
Yeah.
And they're ringing to the bell.
Oh,
ding.
yeah, when
Like,
food's ready.
Yeah, and if I hear it like too often in like close succession, I'm like, fuck, what's going on?
Really?
Like I want to get involved. Like it's super weird.
That's
but this is some of his some of Tim's comedy.
Yeah.
Is about that. He does it way better than I'm explaining it, but like proper comedy is
That's
super
cool.
It's pretty niche, but like if you've been through it, especially fine dining, what that's like, that's just militant. And then when you come out of it, it's almost like going clear.
Right.
You're like, fuck. You can sit in a room with people and they won't
Minus the
abuse you.
Scientology.
Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe, they probably won't come after because they're all tired. Yeah. Like, they can't hire anyone because,
Yeah. Tom Cruise has all the jobs. Shit. How did you get into this whole trying different foods? Obviously, you started in making foods.
Yeah.
And can you elaborate on that?
I was a chef, I don't know, 10 or 12 years fine dining full time. And then I sort of tried to get out of it. I didn't know what though. It's very hard to get out because there's no transferable skills.
Yeah.
You probably go into a food rep, like
a sales.
your sales rep,
for
for like food service industry, which is what I did for two places. And it's handy you already know the background of all food, so it's almost like there's no training involved in it. That's what they like ex-chefs.
Yeah.
But also that you're kind of a piece of shit coming out of chefing. Like you're not a nice salesman.
Yeah.
But so that's good and bad and
Yeah. Sales is very like smooth, where like chefing, I'd imagine, is like very go.
Yeah, and results are in front of you straight away.
Yeah.
So when you have to wait for someone to get back to an email, it's like 10 minutes. Can you just respond? Yeah. It's hard. It's hard work. So I did that, and then 2020 came around. I finished up with my job like December 2019, and then I sort of went back and helped a mate out at Santini Grill who needed like 3 days a week, like brekkie stuff, real easy stuff in the city. I still didn't know what I was going to do. Like, I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still waiting to grow up, really. But then 2020 happened. No one did shit. No one did anything.
Couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, and then my daughter's home, homeschooled. My wife worked from home, so we were just bailed up. But I had like, you could still go out here, which was cool.
Yeah.
So I started doing, I used to always eat burgers, try everything, or not just burgers, but things like that on the road as a rep. So I kind of knew all the places that I'd eaten, but I'd never taken photos of them or anything.
Yeah.
And then I just decided to do it. I thought I could do it better than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Did you see some, like Insta-ho taking some photos
Yeah.
one day and you were like, I could do that better than you?
Well, it was more like, I know these burgers are good, but you're taking shit photos of them. So it was like, how can I do good work to match what this tastes like? Because they can say, oh my God, this is fucking amazing, but it looks like
dog shit.
It looks like you dropped it.
Yeah.
So I got good at trying to take awesome photos wherever I was, having ordered it, and just so I got really good at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to like reorganize a burger, like to get a better shot?
Nah, I still don't do that to this day. Like, I probably should, because some photos I'll look at and go, why don't you just push that in a bit?
Yeah.
Or, but nah, not really, because when they come out, if you're gentle with them, if you've got a nice touch and it's not takeaway, you just,
It's normally prepared well.
You kind of, but if you give a shit about what it looks like, you're going to get a good shot.
Yeah.
If you give a shit, if you just go and you just want to post something, it'll look like garbage. I promise you. Yeah, and you're just kind of lucking it.
Yeah.
If it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
And then
I've done that many times.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not famous for food photos.
I just have a drive, like anything I've ever done. I just have a drive, like. I can do that better next time. And that never ends.
Right.
Yeah.
What were you doing as a hobby before this?
You don't have hobbies when you're a chef.
Oh,
maybe
right.
gaming, but not full time.
Yeah.
But I liked, like NBA, like 2K and things like that.
Yeah.
Hobby, a lot of sports, but I can't do sports much anymore because I've got like fucked feet from chefing.
Yeah.
So it's like a pretty vicious circle.
So how did you get into the whole the reason as to why I asked the hobby thing was like I would imagine there would be like a background in like photography or something like that.
Oh no, nothing.
So where did that come from? Like how did you like realize that you needed like extra light in certain positions of the camera?
Just fucking around, and then mate of mine, Nick, he had a page called, he wasn't a mate at the time, but he invited me out for a burger. He runs a Insta account called the Brekkie Recce, and I had a burger with him once, and I was like, why is he standing that side? Like it's sort of visually learning.
Right.
And I was like, oh, the lights, you know what I mean? Like you're standing in the shadow. Because also burgers are hard because, I always going on about burgers, but it's the same with anything. The light, because there's so many layers in it, there's so many shadows in it.
Yeah.
So that's why you see a lot of people just taking a photo and it's just bun top.
Yeah.
It looks kind of cool, but it's not. You got to get right down. It was seeing him do it well because he's awesome at it. He still takes better photos than me, easy. But and then just seeing like good accounts, not necessarily in Perth, but just international accounts. Go, fuck, how did they do that?
Yeah.
And then try it and just fuck up and try and fuck up.
Right.
So there's a lot of buying food, dude.
Yeah. So now are you at the point where like most, like if you go to a place they'll like give you a burger rather than
I get recognised, but not necessarily they'll give me a burger.
Oh, okay.
They might ask a lot of the time if they recognise me, or it's because I've eaten so much that I might even know the person again or recognise. Oh, remember you were here on whatever.
Yeah.
But that was. Do you want to film it? Sort of thing. They'll ask you do you mind filming it?
Oh.
And that's why I get all those behind the scenes stuff.
Oh.
But also I handle TikTok accounts for a few businesses around town as well.
Is that right?
Yeah, so I make content from the ground up and then post it for them and everything.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that? Just mingling with like
They
the
just
owners
asked.
and stuff?
People asked, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've kind of like fashioned yourself into the industry in a different way.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be in the kitchen anymore, but you are.
Yeah, but it's really handy being comfortable in the kitchen because my shooting style is so unique. It's very close up. You almost never see a person cooking it. It's like hands. It's very close up.
Yeah.
But it's come from just not giving a shit. There's a deep fry there, or that everything's hot, or it's just it's very it's very familiar.
You've been around it.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I'm a bloke. Just generally, there's not a lot out there doing it that are blokes.
Yeah, true.
There's a few good ones, but yeah, generally speaking.
How many Perth pages for food are there, do you know?
Oh, dude.
Heaps.
So many.
Yeah?
It's popping up all the time.
And you're like taking the reins for like the city?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few good ones though, like for real.
Bigger than you though?
Nah,
come on.
Plus I've got TikTok as well.
Yeah.
TikTok, you can make anything just insane. And there's a high level, like, I don't know what I'm on now, maybe 60 or 70K follows there, but it's about 90% Perth, which is insane. Like you'd think it'd be reverse. You think it'd be all Chinese or wherever the app's from.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, have you noticed the change in TikTok, like the algorithm recently? Like,
yeah, it always changes, yeah.
Yeah, because I've noticed that they've had like this big dip in pushing like real content, you know, like Instagram has reels.
Yeah.
It's almost like changing over to like a YouTube status, like where it wants to be a search engine, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
You know?
So that if you can manipulate the SEO, the search engine part of it, that's where you'll find your stuff going like fully viral, and also not just viral. Even if it gets only like 20,000 views, they're exactly where you want them. They're like if you're in Freo, that's where they would target people in Freo.
How do you optimize search engine on that then?
So it's all in. It's like if you do a commentary of it, you record yourself speaking over the top of your video. That grabs everything you say. So it's using all those words you're saying, as well as words on the screen, as well as your caption. Hashtags, I've never really thought hashtags do much. I might be wrong. I still use the same ones, but not many. And then your first comment on TikTok normally sort of sways it.
Really?
Yeah. But it's like if you wanted to search, I don't know.
First comment from somebody else?
I just put first comment on there, just me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you normally say?
I don't know. Anything like
where the burger's from, or
yeah, normally like the location or something. But I've kind of covered that anyway. But I think it just grabs, the app does a really good job of grabbing everything that's in there, even if you don't do a commentary.
Yeah.
If it's just words on the screen, it tends to find a way to put it out on the search engine. Also, try and use like things you'd search for, like where do I buy Shivers whiskey in Perth or something, and then you don't have to necessarily write that out in your caption if that's what your video's about. You can put it in a different way, but all the words are there.
Yeah.
You're like, I drank this Shivers whiskey in Perth.
It just responds
the other day.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, technology's come so far, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good for business. It's pretty. I mean, they own my ass now. They know exactly where the fuck I am at all times. But it's pretty scary sometimes. You're like, fuck. I've recorded something in Margaret River, and then 2 weeks later, posted about it, and it's targeted Margaret River. It's not like targeting where I am in my own house, and you're like, it's so invasive.
Yeah.
It's in your, you allow access to your photos in your phone. You just press agree to everything, and you don't know what you're agreeing to, but it's in there.
Well, they have access to your key patterns and everything.
Oh, everything.
Did you see Joe Rogan when he read out the terms and conditions of TikTok?
No.
Bro.
I try to stay away from it because I know it's bad. It has to be bad because I can see the results.
Even computers or devices that you're not logged into
Yeah.
on TikTok, they have passwords for that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So if you've got like an Apple phone and an Apple MacBook and an iPad, and you've only got it on your phone, but it's all under the same network, every bit of information on all of those fucking devices is gone to TikTok.
I can imagine like that's when that's sort of. I have no real examples to use when people go on about privacy, but it's like, it's over, man.
Yeah. There's no privacy. Have you seen the new...
don't take a photo of your kids if you're worried, but then you have to. You know what I mean? Like, you want to.
Yeah.
Or use,
keep
I
the
don't know,
memories.
SLR or something, I don't know.
Well,
but even then that's linked. You can Yeah.
Did you see the AI Lachie or whatever it's called? You know, like people are taking photos of themselves, and by AI it'll make you look 10 times hotter.
Oh yeah.
Well, people signed up for $7 each for that, right?
Okay.
But the photo that was taken is also a Face ID.
Yeah.
So now they have
Imagine.
all of your information for like if you Face ID for banking, if you Face ID for unlocking your phone.
Yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
Because everything's on your phone now.
Yeah, it would be. I always think about that, especially with like new apps. You don't know what they are. I always think about that. I'm like, especially if you're like Apple paying or something like that. That's probably a bit more protected, obviously, because it's Apple. But is it? Like, because you've got all your details.
Yeah.
To sign into anything, you need whatever, all of that shit, and then they've got your face. And it's not just your face; it's what your face looked like today.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I shaved my fucking beard off at the start of the week.
Yeah.
Because it was just too hot. And my phone for one day couldn't recognize me. And then the next day it was fine.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, he shaved his beard off.
Yeah.
It's probably like the significant amount of weight that's dropped. It's like, who's this crackhead holding this guy's phone?
Yes, almost there. Nice effort.
Yeah. You're close, bro. You're close. So when you started out doing the burger, like, would you call it critiquing?
I guess so. It's more like a cataloguing. I do get into it a bit now, but my reviews, some of them, I guess they're called reviews, but some of them I literally just tell a shitty story.
Right.
Sometimes it's like tripped over this thing on the pavement and then blah, 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 blah. Here's the burger. But for a while, people were enjoying that.
Yeah.
And then I realised people were like sort of reading it, which meant they were hovering over the post a bit longer and maybe it did a bit better than it would have.
Nice.
Well, I guess, but...
Were you starting out as just all food, or was it like how it's called PerthDudeFood?
Yeah.
Was it mainly targeted to like burgers and stuff, and then it kind of just went from there?
It still is, because it's sort of what I was known for. And then, but also I had like heaps of content. I just had it, and then I got sick of fine dining food. I just couldn't look at it anymore, or just even nice food played it up. I just went into burgers.
Were you head chef?
There was mainly sous chef, like
Yeah.
Head chef would be like that was too much, but sous chefs do everything anyway. It's like
It's like too icy.
Yeah. But you're in the shit if something goes wrong, and then if the head chef's there, you are the head chef, and you're doing all the ordering and anything like that. So it's like
Yeah.
But I'd rather do that because you can cook as well.
Yeah.
Head chef's more like it's a lot of admin and a lot of bullshit, and I fucking hate meetings.
Yes.
And
strong-armed people.
Yeah, so I'd rather do that. At least you got a bit of cooking. You can hide behind the pass and not get into the politics so much.
How many hours were you doing?
It depends, man. When I was an apprentice, like you're pushing 60 to 80. I remember doing a couple of 100-hour weeks when I was an apprentice,
What?
Yeah, they only paid me for 38 of those hours too. It's a set rate. So I remember doing 100 and something hour a week, and it was the same pay. It was $364 clear. Yeah.
Fuck, what were you on, like fucking $8 an hour or something?
Oh no, that was just like a flat rate.
Oh,
so
okay.
like once you hit, I can't remember how that worked. When I first started, it was $5.25 an hour, and then which meant it was $276. That might not even been clear. That might have been total. But anyway, they don't tax something that small anyway.
Yeah.
But but that was like unlimited hours.
Right.
They would just keep doing that or keep doing that or.
Surely apprentices are paid more now, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I know it's definitely over 10.
Thank
10 an
fuck
hour.
for that.
But then that whole George Columbaris thing, when he got sued, the MasterChef head chef.
No.
Not head chef, but one of the judges from MasterChef. He had the what's it fucking called, Press Club, and a bunch of restaurants, and then he didn't pay anyone super, which is pretty common. And then he got taken to court and then had to pay out like millions. Yeah.
Oh shit.
But I think since then, is what I've heard, it's like got a bit better, but not better in the way that like it all flows better. Now you've like Tim had a bit in his comedy spot last night at Fringe about it, how like it would be if you had an HR rep in the kitchen, you wouldn't serve any food ever anywhere. It's like,
really?
Well, I mean, if you burn yourself, we just send them home.
Yeah.
Or you, like you roll your ankle, but you're always down a person by design. So there's always one less person that is just fucked. Like everyone's always doing more, and no one wants to do 2 jobs. And then it's like a bit of like peer pressure where if you actually do go home, we've all got to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And now we hate your guts. So, but like even if you didn't, you kind of after 10 hours of doing this cunt's work, you're like, fuck.
You're off for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did what?
God damn.
Sprained his pinky, yeah.
Where have you found the one? Where's the top burger in Perth?
Oh shit. For me, I like Local Bird in Jewett Hill.
Right.
Or there's I've got 2 stacks, but I can just keep going. There's like specific burger, and there's probably about 10 on any places on any given day. You do like absolutely phenomenal shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I like if you get like a double Le Montreal at Local Bird, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Or the hot chicken at 2 stacks, or Burger Freak does like awesome cheeseburgers, but they're like thicker. They're not that smashed.
Oh, okay. Right. Smash burgers is like a huge thing now.
Yeah.
Everyone
It just became a thing here. Like, yeah.
It was New York style, wasn't it, to begin with?
I don't know, but I don't know where that started.
I'm
not like a. I don't know.
That's a Google job.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But it's definitely in the States. It was definitely just a style wherever that lacy edged smash, because there's different types of smash burgers.
Yeah.
There's like I like the ones at Upper Hand too.
Where's the Upper Hand?
There's one in Claremont, one in Highgate, and then there's like this pop up in Leaderville at the moment.
Oh, so it's like a branch.
Yeah.
Right. So Denver, Colorado.
Is that a smash burger?
Yeah, that's where smash burgers came from.
I'll probably forget that.
I first heard about smash burgers on a Netflix show.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw them in Perth, and the first one I had was, I think it was Simon Says.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
Okay.
It was really bad.
Is that in Morley? Yes, in Morley.
Yes, in Morley. Yeah. It was so bad, but I think it was just because I don't know what it was, but like we picked up, and it was Uber Eats, but we picked it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's doing to the meat, but fucking hell, dude, settle down on the curry powder. But it like literally tasted like Indian food.
Yeah, right.
But I think that's his style. He does like a mix.
There's heaps of flavour in it. Like, yeah.
Just it's maybe a little bit over the top, but yeah, fucking you do you, Simon.
Yeah. There's that one. That one's a bit of a not necessarily tricky one, but it's one of those ones. It is polarizing. You either fucking love it, or you. Yeah, we had it once. Yeah.
Can you tell the difference between when they use like an Angel Bay patty or like when it's like made with like a really nice type of meat?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's from just eating burgers. I mean, like if you ate burgers all the time, there's people out there just love them just as much as I do, and probably eating more of them. But I don't know if they would be added to when they eat one, they go, oh, this is nice, and this other one wasn't as nice but still nice. Wouldn't be able to differentiate between, well, it's because of this, because the fat is better in this, or they've cooked this, in a certain way, or
Have you had any Wagyu? In burgers?
Yeah.
Really? I
used to make it at home all the time. I used to be able to get, well, you still can, mince from Futari Wagyu. And then
they're Australian?
Yeah. Right. They were full blood Wagyu, like here in Perth. Well, yeah.
Because it wouldn't be traditional Wagyu, would it? Is it like classed in like the A5 to A12 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the only full blood here. I might be wrong.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do you hear about that fucking myth about Wagyu? How they put classical music on for the cows and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's true.
It's not true.
Okay.
It's so stupid. Who came up with that shit?
I don't know, but like, I don't know, because if something's that different as well,
you're like,
really?
oh, that must be it. Yeah. They're just relaxed cows. Yeah, grazing boards for days.
And then I don't know, they probably do massage. I don't know much about it, to be honest. Like, I'd love to see it with my own eyes. And then they always used to go on about the music. They'd massage you as they ate and stuff.
Yeah.
But that might be legit, because it's pretty fatty old sort of relaxed meat.
Yeah. Have you ever had that? What's that fucking? Is it duck liver? And it's it's confit duck liver. It's like
the foie gras.
Foie gras.
Yeah, that's the goose, force-fed goose liver.
Yeah. Have you seen those fucking things when they've been force-fed?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then like
it's like a funnel.
They got this fucking when they're ready to go or ready to die. They it's just got this hanger. It looks like they got a backpack out to the front. It's crazy.
It's weird.
They can't move. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
They just exist to have a big fatty liver for us to eat.
Isn't that weird, dude?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like if we were all cannibals still and we were just like force feeding one dude so we could all enjoy his liver, we'd be like, this is going to change.
Yeah.
You know, like the people that you see getting craned out of apartment buildings, they probably have the same kind of liver as like a fatty.
Yeah, it'd be butter.
Yeah. It'd be,
ooh. Yeah. You used to have to, in the UK, it's pretty common. Here we've done it a few times, but you can't get them here officially because you have to get them, everything has to be pasteurised.
Right.
But in the UK, you can get fresh, raw foie gras, so you have to like trim it, everything.
Raw.
Yeah. But it just looks like it also looks like when you get it, it does look like kind of butter. It actually does look like so fucked. Then you take to the vein out. It's annoying to do. Like it's one of those jobs that you don't want to do.
Yeah. And
then you normally sort of toss it with like pink salt. Well, there's a few different names for it: saltpeter, preserving salt.
Mm-hmm.
One of my head chefs once told me a story that he was doing that, but it was the first time he'd ever used this pink salt. And pink salt here is pink salt, like pink lake salt.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it at the shops, right? Yeah. This is pink for a like they've dyed it pink. I think they've dyed it pink to differentiate that word.
Yeah.
Between just salt and that salt. But he was using it like it was pink salt, and he didn't wash his hands or anything. So like,
it's all pink.
Yeah, but he was like, and then he ate stuff, and because it's like a preservative, right? So it cures.
Mm.
You don't want to ingest it because it'll start to cure
inside
you and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he didn't know that. No one told us. It's the first time he'd ever done it.
Oh.
So he didn't like. He must have been just picking, didn't wash his hands properly. Wasn't concerned that this was a preservative as well as salt.
It's like formaldehyde. No.
It was fucked. So and then he went out on the town with his mates in London, and he was just vomiting up. Like he's vomiting his whole stomach up, nearly died.
No.
His like organs started shutting down.
Bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but he was I think maybe he was on the, I don't want to I think maybe he was like on stuff too. So like he went out with his mates. He may have been on the gear or
on the coke or something.
Yeah, or just like had a shit ton of beer or, things like that. So it was one of those like, you'll be fine shit. And then by the like 3 a.m. comes around, you're nearly dead.
Yeah.
But it was because of the salt, but they didn't know why the hospital. They was like,
right.
Apparently. But I can see it happening. It also happens with a lot of stuff like meat glues and things like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It just fucks people up.
Yeah, well, if you I can't remember the name of meat glue now, but it's like a dust, and you'll actually stick
2 bits of meat together.
I've
seen people do it with like steak and pork. They'll put 2 bits of meat together.
It's not bad. It's not bad for you once you've let it set and settle in. But when you've got it on your hands, if you ingest that, it'll glue. If you breathe it in, it can glue all the bits of your lungs.
Oh.
Yeah. But no one tells you that when you start using it for the first time. It's just like, just dust it. Just dust it. Yeah.
Just dust it.
Yeah.
No protection.
I've seen you'll start to get, if someone's using it, you might, even on the other side of the kitchen, you can get a bit like blinky, like
your eyes sticking together.
Yeah, it just feels a bit, you just feel, everything's a bit weird, like you've got collagen all over your lips or something, and you're like, fuck.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
God damn. What's the weirdest thing you ever used in the kitchen? Like in fine dining, there's always some weird shit, isn't there?
Yeah, I guess it gets normal. Like anything, like when I was doing it, there was it was fashionable to pretty much put a foam on everything and jellies and fucking all kinds of shit. She was just setting shit all day.
Really?
With like agar or like gelatine or anything. And then, but some of that got fucking weird. Like, because you'd make a foam out of anything, like salmon or
what? Yeah, or
I don't know what the weirdest thing I've ever. A lot of it's weird in hindsight, but at the time, it's just this is what the dish is. This is how you do this bit of it.
Yeah. So it all kind of complemented each other, everything else on the plate.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of deconstructions. It was sort of the fad. I guess it still is.
I saw a deconstructed avocado on toast. It was a boiled egg, half an avocado, and a piece of toast.
Fuck yeah.
And they charged them like $17.
Wicked.
So bad. You almost got to cook the shit yourself.
Yeah. What if I always think like toast is one of those subjective things too. Like the way you cook toast would be probably different to the way I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So toast for me, when you do like a brekkie shift, was always shit because you're like, is half of this gonna? They always say like, can you do this more, do it less, and it's like an ongoing thing all service.
Yeah, right.
Especially and like scrambled eggs too. Like the way I like them, the way we cook them is not necessarily how your mum microwaves them. You know.
Why? I don't understand that. Why on the menu wouldn't you have like 3 pieces of toast as a picture, and it's like, how would you like this? 1, 2, or 3? You know, like not so cooked, middle cooked, or like near burnt.
But even then, I can guarantee someone will be like, "No, I said burnt."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Fuck."
No, you fucking didn't.
Yeah, like there would always be like well done bacon losers who would like. It's almost like, you know, when people go too hard on chili for no reason. They think they're fucking big because they like chili heaps, but they don't. They just say it. It's like one of those things like, "Well done." I said, "Well done." They just like to say it.
Yeah.
So you just throw it in the deep fry, put it on the char grill, and they'd still be like, "Yeah." Wicked.
Have you had any like really hot dishes like in the way of chili?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The only thing that came to mind just then was I accidentally put these chilies in the wrong chilies in a chili jam once, and that I couldn't function. Like I made chili jam, but it was
Was it Carolina Reaper or something?
Yeah, but there's these little, I can't remember what they called. They were like little purple
habaneros.
Nah, they were like a weird name. You know, but it was a cool name, like Alpaca Midnight Blues or something. Like, almost like
It's a good
Snoop
Pink Floyd
Dogg's
song.
Weed or something. I remember, but like it was just like we're using the small ones.
Yeah.
And it was just something, an off the cuff comment, so I just grabbed that. But they were like toxic, dude. And then, but those yellow habaneros, man, but I made a chili jam where it was all reduced down, and then I just tasted it and like fucking, yeah.
Fucked you up.
Yeah, and then you get like, you feel like shit because you're fucked up and you can't breathe and everything. And then the chef will go, you use the wrong chilies, and then you get your ass kicked for that, and you're like, wicked.
Great.
Yeah, and start again. Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that sucks. There's so many different types of chili going into the chili conversation that I get scared because I had the Trinidad Scorpion chili, and nobody told me. Literally, like a giant dollop of this stuff was put on a meatball sub, and it was spread across the whole.
way.
Yeah, and I got like 3 bites in, and I was crying.
Yeah.
And apparently they're only like 600 Scoville or 600,000 Scovilles or something.
Yeah, right.
Where like some go up to like 3.2 million, 6 million.
Yeah, right.
Have you tried any of the hot one sauces?
On the ones from the show?
Yeah, like the Last Dab and stuff.
Nah.
Oh, they have them in Perth City on Hay Street. They've got like a little American candy shop there.
Oh, yeah.
And they sell all the hot sauces as well.
Yeah. I'm into hot sauces, but I'd stay away from those ones.
Yeah.
Like I want a bit of flavour in it as well. I don't really rate. I eat hot food all the time, but I kind of want it to be a bit of flavour behind it as well. Those real fucking hot ones I've got no time for.
No?
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Like it's like you'll sit there sweating and you're like it's like you're forcing the food down by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done any food challenges?
I was trying to stay away from them too because I just don't think they're very healthy for me.
They're definitely not.
Obviously not, but like fast eating ones, I think I would die.
Yeah.
Like I reckon I'll be alright at it just because I walk around pretty hungry.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I haven't eaten today. Which is pretty common. I just fast, so I reckon I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But not food challenges. Like I'm kind of super interested in them though. Like there's one at Mac Daddy's Pizza in wherever that is, Beaufort Street.
Yeah.
And I think there's like a time challenge to
finish the pizza.
But the pizzas were fucking easy when we went there. Like it felt like nothing.
What?
They're good.
The 22-inch.
They're 22s, yeah.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, but we had the pepperoni one. Me and my mate had one each, and we just finished it while we were chatting. And then we saw the chalkboard, and we went, "Fuck, I reckon we'd be fucking close."
Yeah.
Yeah. But even if we were like 3 minutes off the top, if you were trying, I reckon you'd get it down.
Fuck.
Yeah. But I'm just not.
Have you ever had the Boom Boom Shake the Shroom from Mac Daddy's?
No.
It's a mushroom pizza. Do you like mushrooms?
Yeah.
It's a mushroom pizza, and I add buffalo chicken to it.
Oh shit,
dude! It changes the game,
Yeah.
bro. It is fire.
that would be so good.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah. It's really. I normally get the half and half of the 22, so I'll get like pepperoni one half.
Yeah.
Boom Boom Shake the Shroom.
You have to get pepperoni.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's
Yeah.
an American slice, bro. Come on.
You just want the dots.
Yeah, exactly.
Simpsons dots.
Yeah, and it's got like flop to it as well. It's like
Yeah.
proper American pizza. I did the Outback Jack's 1.5 kilo rump steak challenge.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's 1.5 kilos of steak.
What else did you have to eat?
A half a kilo of chips and a half a kilo of vegetables.
Yeah, those chips would kill me, I reckon.
The chips were hot as fuck.
You're right.
Yeah, I poured a glass of cold ice water over the steak because it wasn't cooling down.
Yeah.
And then I drank the juices at the end. I smashed through this fucking thing so fast that I was like, I'm still hungry. Went next door to Ben & Jerry's in Northbridge, had a pint of ice cream, walked 2 steps from Ben & Jerry's and threw up
Yeah, I was just about to say.
all over the ground.
But that's what happens when you eat, like, you were trying to eat that fast as well, right?
Yeah, as fast as I could.
But
yeah.
like sometimes I eat fast just because I've got somewhere else to go. I don't think about like I don't think about like it's a time challenge. So that's what makes me think I'd be all right at to a certain point.
Yeah.
Like how large it is.
Yeah.
But I'm familiar with that feeling where you're like, dude, I just ate that. You're like still hungry. Like, and then you'll source out something else that shouldn't go in you, and you do it, and you're like, why?
It's over the top.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that
But I think
too
it's your
often.
body hasn't quite got there yet. Maybe. Or your mind hasn't caught up with what you just put in you.
I think as well, when you have like a huge hit of like carbohydrates, your insulin spikes and your body loves that fucking sugar. Right, so you get hungry again because it's not so much you're hungry again, but it's the sugar telling you like,
Yeah.
we could do that again.
Yeah, it's like a junkie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been on this carnivore diet, and I went to Side Door Barbecue in Mount Lawley. I ordered the short rib, half a chicken wings, brisket,
Jesus.
and the pork belly.
Yeah.
Thinking like, when you're hungry.
Yeah.
You get hungry.
Yeah.
I started eating this, and I get like halfway through like the rib and the chicken, and I'm like, dude, I'm full as fuck. Like, meat is so much more satiating when you don't have it wrapped in like a bun.
You're right.
You get like meat sweats.
Yeah.
It's been 23 days of meat sweats for me. It's fucking horrible.
So how much meat would you eat? Like in a meal, just a normal meal, but it's meat. Like weight wise, would it be just more?
So we'll take last night for dinner. I had 4 pork strips, 6 eggs, and like 3 rashers of bacon.
Oh yeah.
So it's a fucking hefty amount.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like I was a fat kid. I was fat all through my fucking teenagehood.
Yeah.
I was a bodybuilder after I was fat, and
Yeah.
that just means eating more.
Yeah.
So when I was like
Justifying it as well.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I became sedentary and I wasn't doing as much exercising, fucking, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
I just started stacking on the weight again. And I was like, well, it's World Carnivore Month right now, January. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I only noticed it 3 days into the year. So I'm 3 days late on the whole thing, but I'm still getting it done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the weirdest diet I've ever done. Like, I've been vegan.
Yeah.
No, not good. Not good.
I've done that as well. I did a week. I just did a week, just to see. I just want to see.
How were the shits?
Yeah, the shits. It was all about the shits.
Yeah.
And I looked into it because I didn't want to go like. I didn't know what it would do to me because I'd never been. I think every meal I've ever had in my whole life almost feels like it's been meat on some point. Like, like just a 3 veg, meat, whatever, dairy. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't think I'd die or anything, but I was just like, I looked into it and go that. So even when I was eating it, it was like, that's protein, that's this, that's that, and I was eating things I didn't like just because.
Oh wow.
You know, like veggies I don't really eat, like eggplants, things like that.
Were you fucking with like tofu and shit?
Yeah, I was doing but you got to have the shit one. You can't have like the silken or the Japanese one. It's got the egg in it. I like the egg tofu. It's fucking good.
Yeah, it's good.
But you got to get the shit one. Like everything's shit.
Sponge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was garbage. And like I always, because I thought, fuck it, I can cook. Like I'll back myself to cook anything awesome. Doesn't matter, veggies, whatever. Yeah. So that's what I'm cooking for myself anyway. It was such a struggle. Such a struggle. I know I was just throwing, like chilies at everything, and then that wasn't cool because you were already shitting. Yeah. So that didn't help.
When did you do this?
This is a few years back.
Yeah. Were you with your missus at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was she still eating meat?
Yeah, but I think what started it because she was trying to figure out what was happening with her body at the time. She ended up being gluten intolerant.
Yeah, okay. Celiac.
Whatever that's called. Yeah, yeah. But they were trying to figure out what it was, I think, and that's why I did it. Not. So she wasn't doing it with me, but I was just like, I remember she bringing up something like I might have to do vegan for a week, and I was like, I wonder if I could do that, and then I just did it.
Well, that's supportive.
I guess so, but I wasn't doing it with her.
Yeah,
it was just like my own self-harm.
Was the fridge stocked with meat in the time that you were doing it?
Yeah, but it's just freezers full of meat. That's all you want to do, man.
Yeah.
Like even after the second day, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to grab like a sausage, like something, just anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I think like I'll cook everything in butter, and then you're like, oh, I can't do that. And then cheese, you're like, oh, that'd be nice. The thing was that would be, I kept thinking of how I would finish off the meal I'm about to eat. Yeah. And it'd be, a bit of goat cheese, and that'd be fucking awesome. Ooh. And you're like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't have milk. Milk, that's what I wanted. I wanted milk all the time. But I think that was just because of like the dairy. The
protein side of it.
Yeah. So it was just my body like thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, I ordered pizzas. I tried to order pizza 3 days into this diet. I was just like doing it with like half a chub. I wanted fucking pizza so bad, bro. Yeah. It was so, and it happened again recently. Like, I was in a fucking hangover state because I'm still allowing myself to drink spirits, but I don't drink anything with it. So I'll just like sip it on the rocks or something like that. Yeah. And wine. I'll still drink red wine, but don't tell anyone. Yeah. So I'm like, when I'm in this like hungover state, I'm like, oh, let's just fuck the diet. Let's just get something. Yeah. But I know as soon as I do that, I'm going to like, there's no going back. There's no starting it again. Yeah. So I kind of just have to fucking keep doing it. Yeah. Which is fucking me up.
You know what I noticed with, when I did the vegan, a lot of my, foot issues I've mentioned before sort of felt a bit better.
Yeah.
I guess that's just less inflammation maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing that I've noticed.
Yeah. Oh, with the carnivore.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Really bad knees.
Maybe I'll try that.
Well, I did it. I went to Dunn's.
I mean, I probably should just cut down on what I'm doing at the minute anyway. But
don't do it. Just like keep the good stuff for the good stuff, but like try and be like disciplined when you're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm doing.
I think you kind of need like a plant-based day of the week as well. Almost like
protein cycling is actually a real thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It was actually glorified by Ben Greenfield, who's he's just a fucking power horse of a fucking, he knows, like, without notes, he knows everything about the human body. And he basically does 7 days, 7 days protein on, 2 days protein off, 5 days on, and then just does that every 2 weeks.
You're right.
And he says your body needs a rest.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Yeah, but I don't. Some days I'll just be like, oh, I haven't eaten meat, so for dinner or something, I'll just not eat it as well, like sort of, because I fucking don't need it.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily go, I won't eat, or Thursday's plant day or something. I don't do any of that, but I probably should. I think it's better for you. I think it's good for you. That's when I started fasting as well. I noticed that my body just felt like it was like just like ending cycles. Like it sort of, you didn't need to pump it full of breakfast.
Yeah.
You just didn't need it.
Yeah.
Your body's just like, just let it chill.
Do you drink black coffee or anything?
Yeah.
It's suppress the appetite a little bit.
Yeah. You kind of have to as well. Like it's a habit. It's a habit. Like if I stop drinking coffee, I don't think I'll be able to do, I've done caffeine free as well. And
Decaf.
I don't drink that shit, but
It's fucking water.
yeah, but it's also like it doesn't help.
Mm.
Yeah, but I used to get these like big headaches at the back of my head, like 2 days after not drinking coffee. And
Yeah, it's the worst fucking drug to get off of.
yeah, but I only have one in the morning, and that's it.
Yeah.
But even that, if I skip that, I'll sort of know, and I'll be like irritable.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's not even that like it's not even that much.
Yeah. I get like that with weed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If I don't smoke, I get irritable. But then I'm like, I shouldn't be. What the fuck? And then I'll take like a break off it or some shit like that. But
I guess,
caffeine fucks me up though. I'll drink like 2 of those Hunton brews.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll have like a sugar-free Red Bull in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Because I can still have milk.
Yeah.
But the Hunter brew is the only one that doesn't add sugar.
Yeah, the Hunter one's good.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a cold brew, add milk.
Yeah. There's nothing else in it from what I remember. I remember reading it and just going, oh.
Because they're from here, aren't they?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're down south. There's so many good fucking places. Have you been like anywhere else to try the food? Have you been outside of Perth to do any reviews?
No, not in that capacity. No.
Yeah.
No. We planned a few trips, like Eastern States and the UK and things like that, US coming up, but I don't know if I'll do anything about the food there.
You should try and hook up with some like big YouTubers like Beard Meets Food and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
UK.
Yeah.
Has he hit you up?
Nah, but I reckon we can do shit like that for easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait for some of the big influencers to come down to Australia from the UK, from America.
Yeah, it's because they just haven't been able to. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and everyone's kind of scared about our fucking militant government.
Yeah. That's what we just finished up doing a bit of summer jam stuff here with like when it was here last week.
Yeah.
Or week before.
What were you doing there?
They just got me down to do the food trucks, bit of content for that.
Oh, cool.
Because they had food trucks at Forest Chase with the basketball and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that side of it, me and this other guy, Ramon, and but that's what they were saying, because they were from the Eastern States. Well, whoever was putting it on, I can't remember the fucking names now. But they were like, this is like the first time we've been here. Like everyone was excited about Perth.
Yeah.
As opposed to like other places were cool too, but they were like, fuck, we just go to Perth.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
So many people are coming here now and actually seeing that we're different, because it's not like the standardized city like Sydney, and it's exactly the same as New York, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
We're like LA fucking 100 years ago plus small city.
Yeah, and it's so vast too. Like it's one of those, like, I don't know what you could compare it to, because it's such a distance. Like even if you just go Freo to sort of North Perth, it's like, I don't know what that is, maybe 40 minutes.
40 minutes,
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So like Joondalup up to Freo would be like an hour or something. Yeah. But like there's heaps of good places in between it. And things to do as well, not just food, but just shit to do. All the way down south, man. You can't beat the Southwest almost anywhere in the world.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like some of the best wineries too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
breweries are popping up everywhere. Yeah.
What do you think about like the whole like what do they call it? Small batch market right now for breweries.
Like the craft brews?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting a bit out of hand, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah. Well, I enjoy it. And then it's the artwork that sucks you in as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like
everything's crazy as
fuck.
fuck.
And then like the names.
Yeah.
And everything like it's like a bit sherbety and orangey, but I get into it. I used to brew my own, and now I don't. So I kind of respect like how you've got that sort of flavour going on. And there's heaps of cool local beer producers.
Yeah. Do you have a favourite?
At the moment, I like Scene Brewery or Fat Brewing Co.
Fat Brewing Co.
Yeah, it's about to open. It's sort of they're fucking around City West, I think.
Oh, okay.
PHAT.
Oh, right.
You get amongst it.
Yeah, nice, cool.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Bright Tank?
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
I love their pale ales.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's a good spot to eat too.
Yes, I went there for a show.
Brown Street, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, Brown Street, East Perth. Yeah, went there for a show recently, for like one of my mates' EP launches, and like draft and all those boys were there.
Mm-hmm.
And the food, man, was like, I was carnivore at the time. Duh, here we go.
Yeah.
But they had like lamb skewers and shit. And I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. And everything was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very
When
good.
did you go? When did you go there?
Like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Oh, right, really recent.
Yeah, really recent.
Yeah, that's Stewie Laws. He's awesome. I used to work with Stewie for a bit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah.
Really nice guy. But like their crew over there is just so solid.
Yeah.
Do you work with anyone when you go out doing these things, or is it all just you?
Nah, it's just me.
Really?
Yeah, at this point, probably like mid-year, I'll probably have to start fucking with like an editor or someone. Like paying an editor to do some of the stuff.
Are you doing all your own editing?
Everything ground up. Yeah.
Wow.
Everything you see.
What editing software are you using?
I just use InShot on the phone.
Really?
I don't use anything but the phone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty new. Yeah, like unique. I should start not doing it because it's very quick to edit. Like you can sit there, even just after you've had a burger, sit there, either draft it or post it and just move on.
It takes you like 15 minutes or something.
Not even.
Really?
And then but the other ones like the content I get paid to make for people, like for their own pages and things like that, that takes a bit longer because sometimes you're there for, dude, you could make probably, if you're talking TikToks, sometimes I can make like 50 out of just like a visit. Like it's, I just know what to, if it's food, I sort of know what to do now. And you don't necessarily go in with a plan because you can't. You don't know what's going to trend and all that sort of shit. And it's fun to do it at the time. And TikTok doesn't like you, in my experience, doesn't like you drafting a lot or like saving things before you posted them. Like they must fuck with when you've saved it on like the metadata.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway, because it's just from my experience posting them. Is that if I edit closer to when I'm going to post it, yeah, things like that. So I don't just like mass edit. Sort of edit, post. Oh. But it's really quick. Like you wouldn't even know. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm talking to people like this, and I can edit not on a podcast, but you know what I mean, just having a chat, just edit. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a bit of a habit now, to be honest.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of good.
Yeah.
If you can
It's just
incorporate.
easy, dude.
Do you find when you do like editing and stuff, you're less present with like the moment that you're in?
Not everything you see is everything I'm doing. It just it's also I'm posting probably 2 or 3 times a day, so it does look like I'm just an absolute
mental.
Just you gotta issues, But some of it's just like throwback.
6 burgers in a day, bro.
Yeah, or like if I think of a cool like I've just got content, and you can just repurpose it, or something be like a fun portion of whatever looks kind of cool, and then I just like making the content, and then whatever's popping on reels at the time, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we eat out, but also I make TikToks now where we just go out and like I just go, we went here, and like I'm always with my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you're not on TikTok, you probably never have seen them. My daughter comes out a lot with me, and she eats this. This is what we did today. Like one of those vlogs.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, like people have responded to that stuff really, really well.
Wow.
I think it's just humans like humans, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just as much as the food by itself.
That's what I've noticed is like when we have like the most raw conversations on the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I realify them, you know, you put them into the real format.
Yeah.
The ones that are like the realest like conversations where people are being raw, talking about themselves, talking about things that like they wouldn't normally tell like people in the general public, but then it's on it's going to the general public, you know what I'm saying? That always gets good response. You're right by saying people like people.
Yeah.
Yeah. People want to relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, sometimes, like, I don't know. I like what I like, but it doesn't necessarily mean people are going to like it.
Yeah.
So you just that's why you gotta trust yourself and just throw shit at the wall. Like, you won't know what I'm going to say next. You know what I mean? So that's perfect, right? The same way, like, I'll just put something out that I'm not necessarily into. Looks good, but maybe I wouldn't enjoy eating it or going there, but then pops off.
Yeah, right.
You know, and people are into it. Oh, okay, cool. You know, yeah.
Yeah, so don't make content for yourself all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes get out of that.
It's more like an information too. Like my wife doesn't like coriander, but I love it. She's, you know, that's one of those things. Like people either love it or hate it.
Cilantro.
Yes. So sensual.
Yeah, I've got a lot of family members that like swear that that's like the devil's lettuce. Like it's so bad.
I like the names people come up with it. Come up with it for coriander, devil's lettuce. No, I can't remember any of them, but there's always every time I post like a banh mi, someone will go, "Fuck, it'd be great without the so and so, whatever it is." Yeah.
Where's the best banh mi? They're like my favorite things.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. My favorite is Munchbox in Balcatta.
Right.
And then
are they open like during the week?
Yeah. Like during the day though, I think they close about 2 and not open on Sundays. They're just by like it's basically a 7-Eleven, right. But they're like independently owned. Yeah. And then there's a few in Balcatta there. Now, I like Le Vietnam, right in the city, in the CBD.
That's not You and I Cafe. That's another one.
I haven't been. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's the 24-hour Vietnamese place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you just get fucked up and then go there at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Sorry, I did know that one. Yeah.
It's okay food. It's all right. They don't really do banh mi and stuff, but if they did, I'm sure it'd be terrible. Banh
mi is one of those ones now in Perth that it's such a topic. It's become like a where's your favourite? Everyone's got their favourites. Yeah,
I really like.
I think it depends where you live too. It's pretty cool now. You can get a great one all over the shop, so you don't have to really travel unless you want to do like a lap of the city and try them all. But
I had one in Margaret River that changed my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really, really good. It was pork belly, but like so crunchy. Yeah, like everything was so fresh.
Sweet one.
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah,
I really wasn't. It was just a hot day. We'd gone cave walking and stuff, and I was like, let's just go into this weird little cafe.
Yeah,
and then they had banh mi and fucking like all these like. What was it, like a Indian curry banh mi? Yeah. It was just strange, but they were really top quality. It was really, really nice.
There's this like golden triangle bit in Girraween at the New Park shops, and there's definitely 3 on this just one parking lot, and they're gangsters, man. They're just so good, but they're all like $5 or $8 like each, but they're so good.
Is that cheap?
Yeah.
That's really cheap, right?
Yeah, it's criminal. Yeah. It should be... Wait,
10, 15
like
bucks.
I eat shit $22 burgers. Yeah, and you go, oh, should have got 3 $5 banh mi.
Yeah, and save $7.
yeah. And then so that'd be my favorite, maybe those ones, because you get like the pate and stuff in there is normally like a bit more traditional, so it's like a bit more hectic, like gamier and things like that. So it's there's a bit more taste there.
What's the weirdest type of meat that you've eaten in Perth? Perth.
I always say Perth too. I've had horse. I can't remember what that's called though. You can still buy it.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember the name. It's like they call like deer is venison and things like that, but I can't remember what the name of horse is.
Fuck.
Yeah, one of my friends used to have a taco truck and she sold like horse tacos. But this was years ago.
Really?
Yeah, years and years ago.
There was a butcher in
Shout out Anna. I did that right. Actually, I looked at this one.
Yeah. You just put your face in front of it. Yeah, there was a butcher Meltham.
Okay.
And they sold horse meats, and I'm pretty sure it was called Dubrovnik's. It's where Porky's barbecue is now.
Yeah,
Have you been to Porky's?
Yeah.
How good is that shit?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Do you like the burnt ends burger that they do?
I've never had that one.
Bro.
Oh, really?
The Orgasmo?
I used to go there I'll definitely have to try that then. Yeah. I used to go there every Wednesday. This was years ago. I used to go there. I remember it would have been about 2016 because I remember Trump was on the TV doing this thing, like the debates.
Your horse face pony soldier.
Those classic debates. Yeah. So, and I used to get, I think it was like $12 and you got a burger, chips and like smoked wings. It was crazy good.
Yeah, their wings are crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that they still do the dry rub wings.
Right.
Because I've been able to eat that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So like Side Door Barbecue is like my main place that I'll go. It's just because the short rib is so like tender, man.
Yeah, right.
Like, have you been there before?
I've seen recent photos of I've never had the short rib. I've seen recent photos of it and go, oh, holy shit.
Dude,
it looks different to what I had it though.
The fat is like gelatinous. It's
that's cool.
So fucking good, man.
What do you want?
Have you done much smoking yourself?
Yeah. Well, I've got this pit in the backyard.
Really?
Yeah, and I just do whatever I want.
Yeah, right.
But it's like I built it out of that was a 2020 project as well. I like dug up the backyard and like.
Is it more like a hungy?
It's like a circular fire, like a fire pit, right? And I got this free fire pit dome. Like it's about
Like
that size, that deep. You know the ones.
A bowl, yeah.
Yeah, like a satellite dish sort of thing. And I put that in the ground and then built it up with all these. The tenants next door weren't there, and there was all these fucking bricks. So I stole all the bricks from them. Shout out them. And just built it around and up.
Right.
And then I put a grate in it. You know, like a char grill grate from the barbecues you can just find on the side of the road as well. So I got one of those side of the road and just built it. And then so I'll smoke everything in there. But you can
Has it got a lid on it?
Yeah, but I just turned the fire pit over onto the lid. So it's like domed like that.
Oh.
And it just sort of hangs. It's not like traditional, but it's got the flow. I built it so there was like air at the front of where the missing bricks are, and it sort of flows up.
So is the fire underneath it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it's really tough because it's not like you can sort of it's set it and forget it like any other
smoker.
Yeah, but it's more you got to focus on fucking with the meat or the position of the meat on the thing and flipping it every now and then.
Have you done brisket in there?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, it's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I fuck with brisket so hard.
The one I do a lot in there is like bone-in, like lamb legs and things like that, and lamb shoulders. Stop it. But it's because it's quicker, and also I'm just a lamb feed.
Me too.
But it takes a lot quicker, and like it takes on the smoke, I think, more, the lamb. I don't know why. Maybe I just think it's cool.
Do you think lamb kind of needs a little higher heat than beef? I think.
Yeah, because you want that fat to come out of it.
Yeah, render it down a little bit. Yeah.
I'm into lamb fat like a lot. Lamb and duck fat. Beef fat, it has to be done properly, like or heavily smoked. Yeah.
Have you had the ribs from charcoal chicken? No, is it charcoal?
There is a charcoal chicken. I don't know.
It's in Malaga.
No.
No. It's mostly fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I thought they were gonna be like protein, like high in protein when I got them.
Yeah.
And then when you could.
They're real thin though, dude. Like
very
lamb ribs,
thin.
yeah.
Very thin.
Yeah.
It's like emaciated lambs, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just like they've like cropped off every bit of meat first, and then just like we'll just give them the actual rib.
But the lamb ribs are really small though.
Yeah.
With the cap on it, like you have to. Also, it takes off from another cut of meat. So wherever your butcher's doing it, he'll either cut that bit off or keep a bit more on the belly, which is the ribs. So it depends on what he's cutting it for.
Yeah.
Or he's just trimming it right off. Or
Have you got like a local butcher that you go to?
Not really.
No.
Like I go to Bully Butcher a bit, and then that's kind of about it. But I used to get like stuff from Fatari and things like that as well. Just buy whatever. Or even there's Lindley Valley, anything on special, like Lindley Valley stuff.
Yeah.
Like Farmer Jack's even that. Do you know Farmer Jack's, like when I used to do this bit of work at a butcher shop maybe 6 months ago. And it was cheaper to walk down the road and buy it from Farmer Jack's, this Lindley Valley stuff, like really good pork, than it was to buy it direct from Lindley Valley. Yeah, so when you'd ring up, you'd be like, and then like, would you need a minimum order to get the price down? They're like, no. So we just go over there in a trolley and just get all this, and then walk into the fucking butchers
and sell it there.
Yeah.
It's a good tactic, I guess.
Yeah, but it was fun to see the people that shop there just like looking at your trolley as you're like banging it through the shop.
Yeah, you got all of the meat.
I liked it too. I was like, hey, how are you?
How you going? I remember this time we went down to like a Coles or something like that, and we were picking up pork belly, and there was an Asian dude, and he had a trolley full of pork belly.
Fuck yeah.
And there was no pork belly left. So my dad did the whole talk to him like, hey mate, do you know where this is? And I would grab like 3 of the fucking things out of his trolley.
Shit.
He didn't pay for him yet. It wasn't stealing. We were paying for him.
Oh, right. He's still in Coles.
Yeah, we were
I rate it anyway. So.
Yeah. Yeah, people.
Pretty funny.
People can work systems how they want it.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing like a food review actual like show setup kind of thing?
Yeah, so that's sort of in the works.
Ooh.
Like, you
can be like the next Google or something.
I don't know if you've ever seen, just because I want to do it and also see how far I can get with this shit.
Yeah.
Like what's next? Like I'm kind of bored of making food porny content. I still like making the videos and being busy all the time doing it.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to do something like Food Truck Diaries or something like that here.
Yeah.
And I also know a lot of
Is that Brendan Schwab?
Yeah, it's that unfunny guy.
Yeah. Not that funny.
He's so not funny. I used to like watching King of the Sting, but only for Theo.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen this past weekend's, like when he does his singular?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fucking stupidest shit I've ever heard.
It's good.
You let him riff by himself.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's getting the exposure that he's getting now.
Yeah. I kind of feel like his stand-ups don't translate as like when he's by himself or when he's just answering a question, any question off the cuff. It's far funnier than some of his stand-up.
Yeah.
And you're like, how does this not translate? Because, like, I don't know.
Well,
think about it too much. He's just poetic almost the way he talks.
Right. He's got almost like a way to riff, and the riff always comes out funnier than if he's thought about it longer.
Yeah.
You know, if he said it on stage a bunch of times, maybe it kind of like loses its zing because it's not like so fresh in his mind.
Yeah. Or people are laughing because it is a show. Maybe they're laughing it a bit differently or something.
Yeah.
I just like how he describes things. They're always perfect, but nothing you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that deaf Jack Russell thing.
Yeah.
When I first heard that, I was like, wait, what?
That's one of those ones that it goes right in your head, and you go, that is not only is the words deaf Jack Russell funny, you start thinking about how hard it would be to get a fucking deaf Jack Russell, and it's going crazy.
Yeah.
And it'll be a bit louder as well. Like they're always fucking loud, but just like bouncing itself off its feet. The visuals of it, I just laugh for ages. I remember seeing that. It was definitely on a podcast day. Like
it was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, so I reckon I watched that.
They were talking about Eddie Bravo.
And it wasn't even highlight. And I remember vividly going, what the fuck, dude? And the way he says it, and just like that's it, let's move on.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Deaf Jack Russell.
He's got a mind for comedy, but I think it comes from a place where it's just like so raw, and he is comedy. Like, you can't like say that dude does not know what he's talking about when he's making jokes.
Yeah.
He's fluent in comedy.
Yeah.
And I think it's starting to be recognized, like with his invitation to like the Paris Fashion Week and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he walked the runway in a purple suit and then did 3 minutes of stand-up. And it was bad.
That's cool.
It was bad. He hates the French. I heard it on his most recent podcast. He's like, fuck the French. He just went to France and he's like, fuck the French.
I rate that though.
Oh, it's so real, eh?
Yeah.
So who's your like main podcast that you listen to?
Yeah, I like Theo. I also like a lot of the what's it called? Your Mum's House.
Oh, Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Did you go see him live?
Nah.
No,
I missed him, and then I didn't even realise Louis was here when he came in, whatever time that was. It was a while back, I think.
Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
fucking
recent,
love Suey.
Yeah.
Not Suey. Louis.
That episode with past weekend with him was funny as well. Like it's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's just interesting chats between the two.
And like super empathetic.
Yeah.
Right? Like he would say some random, like Theo would say some random shit. Louis C.K. would be like pissing himself laughing, then he'd be like, see, like you're really good. Like, because like Theo is that type of dude where you're like, man, I wish he felt better about himself because he'd be so much more outgoing. But then you like sit him down with like some like old timer comedy fucking guys, and they're like, no, you got this.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, that's so fucking inspiring to see. Man, I've tried comedy 3 times.
Yeah.
It's some hard shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's like getting through. I love doing podcasts and I love talking to people.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to get across an idea in a funny way that you think's funny, but like unless you have like extreme hindsight, you can't really determine whether the crowd's going to go left or right on this, you know? It's almost like you have to do it, get the response, and then figure it out for the next one.
Yeah. Because we were chatting about this last night after the Fringe shows, that even just, I've only done it just 2 times, and even then it was just me telling a story, but I guess that's just trying to make it amusing as well.
Yeah.
The first time I just lost my way. Just things like that, but I don't think many people would notice. Like people came up to me afterwards and thought it was cool, but in my head it was fucked.
Yeah.
But then the next time it was the polar opposite, because I'd gone, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to cut that completely out. You know, like sort of word it so it flows.
Yeah.
As well. But I didn't know that until people like, because I think it's the same thing about whatever we're talking about before, but like you might like it, but does the general public like it? So just, you got to try. There's no way out of learning. Like, how do you learn?
Yeah.
That's the learning curve is
trying
fucking
it.
doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that bit sucks.
So you don't, you're thrown into the abyss immediately, and you need to make the room bright enough to get out of it. You know, that's the thing with comedy is like when you're on stage, you're like, everyone's just like, okay, make me laugh. Yeah. You know, and if they've never seen you before,
they're just waiting to make you laugh too.
Yeah, they're just waiting for that pop off. And if that doesn't come, if you're stumbling, if you're giggling at your own jokes, all that kind of stuff gives you like recognition that you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. It's fucking futile, man. Like, unless you really keep at it. But a lot of people never get past the first couple of times.
Yeah. Did you have a joke that worked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had a couple.
Yeah, right.
Like I like one of them was, I'll say it on the podcast. Don't fucking steal my jokes. I recently found out I was Aboriginal. Yeah. Now I can explain to people why my dad left me.
I kind of like that too, and it's like it's so bad.
Yeah, I know, but it's also like it's real. It's
Yeah.
That's what I try and do. Make real shit. I also had like I recently found out my now ex-girlfriend's friends were calling her boobs. And I was like, that's kind of a weird thought to have somebody else calling your missus that. Yeah. And then one of my friends said to me, well, at least it's better than blowjob.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Old BJ.
Yeah.
It must be hard on like, I'm kind of cool with trying and failing.
Yeah.
But like, people aren't, just generally.
No.
Like,
I love
most of the population.
I come from a sales background.
Yeah.
Real estate sales.
Yeah.
And knocking doors really like, it kind of makes you check yourself, and it gets you comfortable with rejection.
Yeah.
And ways to get out of things with a smile on your face. Yeah. You know?
We used to do a lot of cold calling with the fucking, or visits. I guess that's still cold calling, eh? You actually visit, you know, like new restaurants you'd been there before that aren't your customers yet, potentially. Yeah. And they all, you know what they're going to say as well. And it's like you said, the amount of times you do it, there's always a way. At the end, there's always a way. You just have to chat as well. Yeah. Like find something to chat. If I had something in my hands, that always helped. Just spot something and go, fuck, what's that? Just real dumb shit. Yeah. But and then sometimes just not trying to sell them anything at all. Yeah. Helped a lot. And then the next time I was there, they were more willing to 100%. Talk to you about it. Yeah. But like, you didn't want to do it. You want to fucking go twice, let alone once. But yeah.
I once was so done with like just my regular existence that I went full ball into like sales. Yeah, I did nothing but that. So like it was just a crazy fucking time in my life. Didn't treat women like how a regular person would treat women.
No doubt, yeah.
It was just like, okay, you want something out of me, I can sell you on why you shouldn't do this, but we'll still have a fun time. It got to the point where I was like on Tinder one day, and I realized the woman was a homeowner and she was single. Obviously she's on Tinder. Yeah. So let me just jump into her fucking messages. I booked an appointment with her. Yeah. To see if what I said to her on the message was, hey, if I can't get your home interest rate down to under 3%, I won't take you out for dinner. But if I can, I'll take you out for dinner. And she's like, okay, all right, let's see. And booked the appointment, sold it,
Jesus
got
Christ.
the refi, never took her to dinner.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's wild, dude.
Yeah.
I was the only person to ever sell off Tinder.
I was going to say, like, you wouldn't even have to think about this. No way. People are using that as like a sales technique.
Yeah. I was just on my phone and I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I don't want to meet a woman on this shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if I don't want to meet a woman on this shit, well,
Yeah.
maybe I can make a sale on this shit.
Yeah.
So I get my $14 back, you know?
Is that what it costs?
To use the premium shit or some? I think
I
it's
didn't
like
think it was a
fucking
cost at all.
$50
Fuck, I
now
don't know
or
anything
something.
about that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Tinder's rolling in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like it's subscription.
Yeah.
You're right. It's more expensive than Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, pussy is a little bit more expensive than entertainment.
100%. Yeah.
Digression. Here we go. How did you get into the art of chefing? Was that like a dream that you had when you were younger, or you just
Fuck no.
no? You just fell into
Still
it.
not a dream. So before I was doing a lot of music at school. Like I was like awesome at music. Like I got scholarships and the WA Youth Orchestra and AYO and things like that. And then
What'd you play?
double bass. And then,
Really?
Yeah.
Cello.
Yeah. Cello. My daughter plays cello. Cello.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do that all the time.
Oh, nice.
Very dad jokey.
Yeah, that's what I do.
So I was doing music, and then that was potentially something that I was going to do full time, but I didn't want to do that.
Right.
Like I get to the point with everything where I just don't want to do it anymore. Like I just quit. Like I get bored of everything.
Yeah.
Fucking everything.
I do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just talk to different people.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that, but I had that's not a transferable skill as well. So I was just bumming around the house, and the house we had at the time was pretty vacant. Like my parents lived down in York at the time.
Right.
Or they were overseas. My dad was travelling and stuff, for work.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just bumming around, having parties at the house, just being an awesome cunt. That's what I thought. And it didn't matter. I didn't really need the money. It was but mum came back once. She's like, nothing was wrong with the house. It was just what are you doing with yourself?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I fucking don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with who's coming here on Thursday to drink what, and who are the girls you're gonna bring, and it was just that was my life.
You just party planning.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and then this was also before there was laws about parties and shit on the street and stuff.
Yeah.
You can get in serious trouble planning a party that gets out of hand. So this house was on a cul-de-sac, so it was closed in too. The neighbours didn't like it. They were cool, but these parties anyway. So that's what I was doing. That's my vocation. I was like, cool, we'll just do that for the rest of my life. And then mum said something, and I don't know what made me tweak it. I was like, I kind of want to learn how to cook. I just didn't know how to cook.
Yeah.
It was one of the things I just didn't know how to do.
Did you have an interest in it?
No.
No, not at all.
Or kind of I liked doing the Barbie thing.
Yeah, with your dad there.
Yeah. And my dad was quite good cook as well. I don't know where that's come from, but I think he just taught himself out of necessity maybe or something, or he was into it anyway. So I always had that. I always used to help him cook. And then so mum was like, yeah, fucking do it, do something. And then so that's how I got into it. And then I did a pre-apprenticeship at a college here, and that's just what I thought was going to be the end. But that was it. That's the whole thing, was just do this pre-apprenticeship. I'll learn all the skills. It's dumb as fuck to think that was what was going to happen, which I did. I learned heaps, but then you learn more on the first week of an apprenticeship that you did for 6 months,
Really?
Yeah, so I started an apprenticeship, and then I got good, they grade you at these pre-apprenticeships, it's like any school. And I was just top of the thing all the time. So I got a choice of all the best restaurants, essentially, the ones that needed apprenticeship. So I went to 44 King Street at the time, and at the time that was just the place to be, or one of 3, but this was right in the city, where Gucci is and everything. That's swanky as fuck. It's not there anymore.
Near Old Faithful, right?
Yeah, but it's at the top of the street where the cobbles are. Yeah, but it's that street, yeah. And then I just got into it from there, and I actually liked it, doing the hours and learning stuff, and so I got right into it.
Was it the commitment that you had to do something, and that's what?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. But I was kind of like that anyway. With music as well, it was the same. And with this, it's what I'm doing with the content creation and stuff. It's the same. It's just wanting to. It's all in or nothing.
It's a little bit more exciting doing what you're doing now, though, because it's scalable.
Yeah.
Like music and, chefing, unless you own your own company and then expand on that, it's not very scalable.
Yeah, for sure.
But what you're doing now is like super fucking scalable.
Yeah.
You can hit everybody in the world that has a phone.
Especially now, because I just use a phone. And when getting back to what I was saying about the other types of videos like YouTube and things like that, that's what I'm sort of trying to get into now, because why not? And I reckon we'd be good at it. And
well, the vlogging is like, if you get monetization, the vlogging is awesome, because obviously more minutes watched is more money. Yeah.
I've been watching these. I've been going down. My daughter laughs at me because she'll just watch me watch them. These, I don't know what to call them. These videos on YouTube, and they're just like Korean street food, and they're like 1 hour long videos. And
they're just cooking some
and
shit.
They're doing it from everything from start to finish. And it's nothing I haven't really seen before, but it's the way they do it, and there's just no description. It's just all ASMR. But these things, they got like 15 million views each. Things like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't remember the names of the channels, but there's heaps of them. And they make awesome food, like stuff you'd never seen before. But
like
they make it, and it's so slow. And I don't know why I watch it, because normally I get annoyed. I'm like, next frame. And my content is like that. It's very quick, sharp, keeping people's attention spans, things like that.
So they don't edit it or anything. It's just all just one continuous.
Yeah, like they'll prep the chicken and put it in this basket, and then till it's done, and then they do the next bit, and you're like, till it's done. There is a little bit of editing like going on, like they cut a lot of it off.
Yeah.
But it honestly is like an hour, and then the shop's ready and they start selling it, and then the video's done.
What?
Yeah, but I think if I'm watching it for that long, and it's got so many views.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You could definitely pull numbers.
I wonder what, because I've got a lot of shorts too, like
on YouTube?
Well, I haven't put them on YouTube, but that's the idea as well.
Yeah.
Because I could just repurpose anything like upright that I've made, reels, TikToks, I kind of know what works too. Like they're all, anything that's worked on TikTok has worked on reels as
Food pops off on YouTube.
Yeah.
Man. Anything to do with food.
Plus Perth is so unique. It's not like the same LA scene or the same Chicago scene or anything like that you normally see on there.
It's all mixed in.
Yeah, and they're like, where is this? Because it's a bit different. Like the buns we use are a bit different, or the lighting is a bit different. It's always so bright. It's always so, the accents, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even that, dude, just like talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm into that. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but we'll just start doing it. We'll see where we go.
You ever fuck with the Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah.
Yeah, like how he would travel around the world and just taste food.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
I reckon you could get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just start somewhere. Like, I'm not, like, the first one probably just be trash, but who cares? You just keep doing it.
Did you feel the liberation that comes with becoming a creator that can like fend for themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit.
You kind of, it's not like a freeing feeling like you're like you are your own boss. It's not like that sort of feeling. There's nothing behind it that's like stressful or even close to it. It's just it's hard to explain. It's like always rewarding in a way. If you have a positive attitude, you can go down the other way. Like if something doesn't work quite right, or like especially where if you get 1,000 comments on a viral video that are just there to comment because it's viral.
Yeah.
If you read, that's just hot tip. Don't read them.
No.
Yeah. Respond to them, but don't read them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, I guess it's maybe what I'm trying to get at is like this is a hobby still. Like I treat it as like a hobby. If it went away tomorrow, it's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'd just do something else.
If it did, would you pursue something within the music within the food industry?
Probably, because I'm just there.
You're already doing it.
So many people, man. There's only like 1 degree of separation in Perth between fucking anything towards, like definitely chefs. If you say, "Have you worked with this guy?" You'd be like, "Oh, yeah, it's either yes or my mate worked with him." That's it. Yeah.
It's the same in the podcasting industry in Perth.
Oh, really?
We've only got a few.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm taking it as a personal challenge to like get our community working together.
You're right. That's cool.
like anything that has any impact on people, anything that's good for people is normally shared.
Yeah.
And conversation, as much as you like my family is truck drivers. They grew up as I grew up in the trucking industry.
Yeah.
And my dad would always listen to long form conversation when he'd go cross country or go up north or whatever the fuck he was doing.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I first started this podcast, everybody else started a fucking podcast. It was almost like that monkey thing where a fucking monkey sticks a hole in the fucking and then pulls out some food.
Yeah.
And then across the other side of the world, some other monkey's doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it all happened at the same time. And we have an opportunity to build that community here.
Yeah.
So I've got in contact with Sev Pix.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. I love Sev so
man,
much.
cool.
And we're now giving each other guests.
Yeah.
I'm going to do his podcast. He's done my podcast.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of others, but there's a little bit of fucking pushback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're there, but you can't see them, and they don't let anybody on the border.
Yeah, man.
Don't let anybody in.
Yeah, it's the same with the, I don't know what to call it, food bloggers or whatever you call yourself. 95% are fucking lovely people. Always want to help. They ask me anything. Not that I'm the go-to guy, but I assume at some point I am. If they see something I've done cool or I've seen, have you been there? What did you use for lighting? Why are yours looking like this and mine looking like this? I'm always so happy to share anything I know.
Yeah.
I could talk about too long. Sometimes I feel like I'm blowing up your
Freak them
DMs
up.
just because you asked me what phone you use. Yeah. Things like that. But then you got those other 5%, which maybe I think what you're talking about or similar, is that they always want to be the first people. They don't want to. They always, you know what I mean? They'll always fucking be there. They'll always see your shit, but they won't. They deliberately don't either engage or they say, or when they do, it's interesting or when I went there it was great. Like they say it like it's real passive aggressive. Yeah, but they're always there. You can feel them.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's ego?
I don't know. It's pretty funny. In my opinion.
Well, yeah, it would be pretty funny if you're wearing the crown and all these peasants are trying to get it.
I guess so, but those people aren't doing it for the right reasons either.
Yeah,
like if
they're crabs in a bucket, right? They're pulling you down so they could help themselves out.
I don't know how to explain this, but it's this good general life shit. Is that those people are everywhere?
Yeah,
doesn't matter if it's podcasting, food floggers, whatever. Those people are always going to be there, and they're the people that go, shit, this guy succeeded at something, or he's about to look like he's going to succeed. How the fuck is he doing it? He must either be cheating or who does he know? He can't possibly be doing this by himself. All this sort of stuff. Whereas you would probably go, you look at it and go, damn, fuck, Sev did that cool shit. You go, Sev, do you want to help me? Do you know this guy? And you all go, of course I do. What day?
Yeah.
And it all comes together. But it's not like you find out. You're like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's not like, you're like, yeah. It's the same with anything. Like I used to be, actually it's the same with my sister. Like it's sort of the dynamic we have is that when I was coming up with all the music, she was in the music sort of thing too. Like, but I always had, it looked like an easy ride. Right. But it was just because I was kind of better. Like, not better than her necessarily, but better than whoever was around me at the time. Yeah. And I did certain things, or I knew what to do, or played. But she always had a sort of, it's like a chip on your shoulder, right? Of like, how's he doing this? Or everyone's always helping him. Or it's like, no, it's just what it is. Yeah. And if you said, can you help me? Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I've got a couple of people that I know of in, say, the podcasting industry. And so often I'll get questions of like, oh, who's your editor? Who's this? Who's that? And I'm like, me. And they're like, how are you doing it? And I'm just like, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just start doing it.
That's all it is. Like, I do you know Jocko Willink?
I know the name. Oh, there's like the
sergeant
ex-marine or something, SEAL or something.
So he has a saying called discipline equals freedom. Right. But I have one called discipline is freedom. Yeah, because your freedom comes from like, well, at least for me, I have like this scatterbrain that like wants to show me all the bad shit that's going on in my life all the time.
Yeah.
It's just how I'm wired. So let's always try and get better because all the demons are coming up.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the work,
yeah,
I feel the most free. Like I feel free from all my issues. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just getting it done. It's kind of why I love podcasting.
Yeah.
Is because I get to talk to someone new.
Yeah.
And also find a new perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to change their perspectives.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't want to fucking, like, they're just so cyclical with their thinking. Like, I've had this result, so I know how I can maintain this result.
Yeah.
But most people don't want to, like, step into the unknown.
Yeah, it's scary.
To find a different result, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, same.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I get annoyed doing the same thing. Yep. Like just generally anything. Just go, I don't want to dig that hole anymore. I want to dig it over there.
Yeah.
I still want to dig.
You still want to dig?
Yeah. Oh, what's over there?
Yeah.
There's this hole. I've had enough of this hole.
Yeah.
It's over there. Yeah.
Well, when I first started this podcast,
I dig holes. Fuck holes.
No, fuck holes. Any holes a go. Sorry. When I first started the podcast, I didn't know how to edit.
Yeah.
And I did like every podcast that was, and there were probably like 45 minutes at the time back then.
Yeah.
And the editing would take me 12 to 14 hours.
Holy shit.
Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Plus, yeah, okay.
You know, but now I'll do like a 2-hour, 3-hour podcast and it'll take me 4 hours to edit it. Because I know how I'm doing it. The discipline has like etched it into my brain. Like we're doing this first, we drop our audio in, we cut back and all that shit. Yeah. But I like doing the editing. Like normally I have like a switcher.
Okay. What does that mean?
A switcher is like, so the person that sits doing the Google, they'll switch between the camera angles so there's no post-editing. But there's a lot of conversations that I have on this podcast that shouldn't be heard by the fucking world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just like non-cancelable content is what I'm going for. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah. If I do it that way, it's... You know, like I'm not taking the time to look through it as I'm also editing. Yeah. So I'm like listening back onto what I'm saying so I can make sure that I don't get cancelled, the guest doesn't get cancelled, and we can go on with our careers. Yeah. So I kind of like doing it that way, but it takes a little bit longer.
It would take a bit more brain work too while you, like, do you do it while you chat? Or is it someone doing it? Like the switching.
No, somebody else does that.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it was
He's
hurting
talking,
my head listening.
I'm talking. Fuck.
I thought you meant like, because you'd probably look at me like...
Okay, now I'm talking.
5 more seconds, we'll probably have a baby if you keep looking like that.
Baby back ribs.
Baby back.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're talking about.
Fuck knows, bro. It's a podcast. That's what I love about these fucking things. Yeah, it's been fun getting this to where it is, and it's been more fun seeing other people do it within their own shit as well. Yeah. And watching, like, I started following you probably 8 months ago. And I think you were like sitting at like 170.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And dude, you're fucking 200. You nearly got 250,000, brother.
Yeah. Whoever they are,
yeah. Bots. Yeah. Bots that are highlighting fucking colourful pictures.
they just love those fucking cheese. They love the cheese and the burgers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's that is like, it's pretty, I wouldn't say easy to do, but people love looking at that shit. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Yeah. It doesn't even matter if you're hungry or not. Yeah. Just like looking at generally that stuff, whether it's in Perth or not, or especially barbecue too.
When did food porn start?
I don't know. I've definitely kind of always seen it as soon as sort of Instagram came around. But
yeah, social media.
I'm assuming it was when Instagram started, but I don't know.
I think it was probably ugly people couldn't take photos of themselves, so they just took photos of the food. There was so many of that, right?
Yeah. It used to be a lot easier to get follows too.
Was it?
Up until recently, because I mean, as soon as Insta Reels happened, and then for sure Reels, Insta's just trying to catch up with TikTok and just throwing out viral shit to fucking who knows what.
Everyone.
Yeah, exactly. To whether or not people want to watch it or not, they're just throwing it out, all that suggested shit. Like, it's a shit show. Like, I actually don't like Instagram. Like I don't rate it. I just post on there. I like the people I chat to in the community, and I like making the videos and trying to get a cool photo of a generally good product. But as far as the platform, I don't spend any time, and I don't, a few swipes if I'm on it, and then chat on DMs. But TikTok is where it's at.
I've gotten to the point now where everything's a conspiracy, and Joe Biden like gaff videos. It's just
dude, that Joe Biden shit's so good.
Oh,
yeah,
it's getting so bad, bro.
Yeah, is he alive?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think everything.
He's not real.
No, I think most. Because we only see it on video, so it's so easy to speculate whether or not he's actually like still running the show.
Yeah.
But there's a conspiracy theory that he died a year ago.
Yeah.
And that all of the content that's out there right now was literally like the last 6 months of his life, and they just went ham, like Adderalled him and just fucking go nuts.
Yeah. You can do some like crazy deep fake stuff too, like crazy stuff.
All you got to do is talk like a fucking chipmunk with a fucking dick in its mouth. That fucking dude is just, I don't know, like your country is based on confidence. That's where global like GDP comes from,
for
right?
sure.
So you're like, my mate Matt, who owns Bright Tank Brewing Co., gave me this book. Shout out, Matt. We're going to do a podcast on this, but manipulating the world economy.
Yeah.
And literally all world economies are built on confidence. But if your confidence is coming from a dude that sniffs children and doesn't say any words straight,
I love, yeah.
like, no wonder everybody's cutting their dicks off.
They're the best videos, eh? It's so funny that like that all the Trump content was backed up on all this Biden content. It's like you're like, when does it end? Like, who's next?
Yeah. Well, that's so polarizing when you think Trump was actually the sane one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And they kicked him out so they could put this old fucking dude that's had 2 fucking cranial surgeries, neurosurgeries. He's had brain operations twice.
Yeah.
Cut his fucking head off.
They're fucking old. They're all old people too. Like, because like my dad's old and I don't think he'd be that age yet. Maybe. I don't know how old they are, but they're all like 70s, right? I don't think he would be good to just go, oh, can you run this car company?
Yeah.
Like, he's not there cognitively, that word.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be there. And also, he's just old, doesn't care. Like, how much do you care now? Like, that you're 70, 80 years old as well.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think is like,
And
I know the experience part's probably there, but at some point...
Is your dad a politician?
Nah.
Oh, okay, right.
At some point, you got to go, are you thinking okay? Like, there's got to be people around him. Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, did you see that video when he got off the helicopter and they were like, over this way, Mr. President, and he just took a turn and just went somewhere else, and he's just like just standing there like, where the fuck am I?
That's cool. I don't think I saw that one, but there was one that he was doing the same thing and his wife basically went and got him like he was a dog. And there's like just slowly brought him back like nothing had happened. Yeah. Maybe it's the same video. And then he was like this and he waved. There was nobody there and they were all over there.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude.
What about the handshake with the ghost where he turns around, he shakes 2 people's hands, he goes to the other side of the podium, there's nobody there, and he goes.
Wicked. That's pretty cool.
It's scary to see that, like, you've got China, who's run by Xi Jinping, who's like a fucking... You seen the riots in China right now?
Yeah.
They're on the brink of fucking going crazy. You've got Putin, who's most likely got cancer, but wants world domination.
Yeah.
And then you got Joe Biden.
He's all like...
You got Joe Biden, can't put his fucking sentence together. Like, fucking all sorts of shit. Like, it's like, what the fuck are you saying, bro?
Yeah. I like I did go down a rabbit hole with the Biden stuff. I like those ones that they put the captions on it. Like, they're so funny.
And it's like just a whole bunch of letters and stuff.
And you're like, wait, what? He actually said that. But you don't, without the captions, you're still laughing, but you're like, you're not putting it together. This is actually coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. We're going to take great precautions on protrusive furniture measure.
And that's why, and you're like, what? Did you just move on?
Fuck did
you
he
can't
just
move on from that, yeah.
It has been 100 year when he was saying the COVID shit.
Yeah.
When he starts spitting numbers, that's when it goes fucking topsy-turvy. As soon as his numbers come out with any kind of like numerical value plus a word after it,
Yeah.
it's gone. Like, I think he's thinking too much, like, don't fuck up the number, and then he fucks up the rest of it. He'll get the number perfect, but then he'll just fuck up the rest of it. Like, how do you operate? Like, why hasn't that Kamala Harris stepped in? Everyone thought that she was going to take over as vice president to president.
Yeah.
But he's just pulling through.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't be with it. You just can't be with it.
No. Well, if he's sniffing children and stuff, like, did you hear about like what happened to his daughter?
No.
So he had a daughter that died in a car accident.
Right.
And his excuse to being like super creepy and like, always touching kids and always having his hand, even the fucking video when there's a little boy being held by his mother, Joe Biden runs his nose up his back like.
Jesus Christ.
Like that. And you're like, dude, you don't know that you're being fucking filmed right now. You have no like presidential representation in this moment. You're just an old fucking creepy dude.
Just creepy, yeah. I always think of that like he must be so into it that he ignores everything around him.
Yeah.
You know, like just so into it.
Yeah.
Like so into sniffing kids.
Well, Trump was so compelling in that he was
sniffer.
He wasn't a sniffer. He was a fucking grabber by the pussy kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he was like, I don't fuck up in that way. So have a go and everything will be a joke.
Yeah.
Right? It just comes straight off his back. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But with Joe Biden, he's not cognitively aware. That's that word again.
Yeah.
He's not there to like notice that like shit's like being thrown at him. He probably has no idea that there's like a fucking community of people that are syncing fucking viral videos daily about all the shit that he has said.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The I always found Trump to start with was a bit weird, but he just had a unique style, and he was kind of like a comedian. Yeah. Like you know, the outrage that came eventually I actually kind of liked it in a way. Like I liked laughing at it. Yeah. 'Cause it was like, but he just says this all the time. Yeah. You know what he's going to say.
It's his personality.
Yeah. Yeah. He's going to say, I didn't do that when you just saw him do it. Like that's what he does. He can't get outraged. Like how often are you going to get outraged now? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's running again, right? Is he? Yeah. He's running again and Joe Biden's going up against him. So I feel like it's probably going to do the same cycle as what it's already done. Like you'll have Trump come in just because it's like, oh, well, fucking he actually kind of did some good shit with the financial economics of the country. Not so much. He didn't do so many good things for political ideology. Like he comes from a business background. Yeah. But when you're looking at politics, you kind of need to be in that mindset of like, we need to take care of the people. But Trump just wants to take care of Trump. Yeah. You know. Yeah. But at the same time, one of the things that comes off the back of taking care of yourself is you want to live in a country. If you're from that country. You want to live in that country and make it better. And I'm not going to say he doesn't, because he does, because he made the financial economy better. But Biden hasn't done shit.
Yeah, he's hanging on.
Yeah.
Just hanging on.
When he went to Indonesia recently, he went to Indonesia, obviously, because the Ghislaine Maxwell shit came through and they wanted to cover it up, so he's like, let's go to Indonesia. They went to Indonesia and he called the Indonesian president, I got there in the end, a completely different name.
Legend.
Yeah, it's like the most racist shit that you could say he said in that moment, and he had just continued on his weird speech. Like, oh man. Look, at the end of the day, I feel sorry for him because you kind of have to look at him like he's an old man, like an old senile guy.
Yeah, I wonder if he can just retire.
I think he's probably going to. I think they're probably going to be
is
like...
that a thing he can do? Surely it is. Just quit.
Not as a president. I think you need to...
Need to die, get voted out.
Yeah. I think that's why they have vice presidents, so they could like take over if they die.
Yeah. I wonder if he can quit.
you'd let that guy.
Yeah.
You'd be like, if he was actually like, you know what, I'm pretty fucked up mentally.
Yeah.
I think I need to step down. Everyone would be like, that's
maybe
his first good decision.
Yeah, or maybe it would be a election or something. I don't know enough about US politics.
Yeah. Do you know a lot about Australian politics?
No.
I know less about Australian politics than I do American.
I kind of know it from school. Like, I used to cram for exams and stuff. So I kind of know what I know. But, nah.
Who's the current Prime Minister?
Albo.
Albanese.
Albanese, yeah.
Yeah.
Breezy Albanese.
I've asked a couple of people that and they're like, I don't fucking know.
No, I only know that because we laughed at Albo being his nickname. That's all on Sunrise in the morning. Albo did this, Albo did that.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
They had ScoMo, then Albo.
ScoMo. ScoMo.
Like, why do Australians do that to names?
I don't know.
Is it like, especially with the fucking Prime Minister's name? We're not trying to like.
I don't know if we had it before that though, right? Like before ScoMo, wasn't it? Fuck, who was it? The redheaded lady. Was she redhead?
We did have a female Prime Minister.
Yeah, we had they backstabbed each other twice, and then
and
then
she took over from Kevin Rudd.
Yeah, and then Kevin Rudd got back in again.
What was her fucking name?
Yeah,
cunt. That's what it is.
But I don't think I don't think there was a full nickname for her. Kevin Rudd, just Kevin Rudd.
Ruddo.
And then the guy in the Budgie Smugglers.
Julia Gillard.
Yeah, we didn't have a name for her.
No.
Officially.
Gillo. She's got one now.
Jules.
She's not that fucking hippie singer. Jules. Yeah. Fucking I try and stay away from Australian politics just because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't follow it.
I don't feel like it does enough.
I kind of used to, but not. Yeah.
Like, I couldn't feel the difference between Labor and Liberal.
Yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't know either.
Well, actually, the biggest difference that I saw in the last few years, it's getting warm in here, is when Labor took over from Liberal at the end of COVID and they ended the lockdowns within like a month of them taking over. That's one of the biggest points that I can recall on.
What were we? Were we Labor?
We're Labor now.
Yeah.
We were Liberal under Scott Morrison.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you were talking about WA.
Oh, yeah. Are we Liberal in WA?
Fuck knows. I know it's Barney, what his name is. Colin Barnett.
Colin Barnett.
Is it still Colin Barnett?
Oh, fuck knows. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Do you know, like, and then I think I learned a lot about who the politicians were during COVID because they were always on the TV from each state every day saying Queensland is doing terribly and this is the person that's fucking it all up. And then next week it'll be the same Palaszczuk or whatever and be like, look at how good Palaszczuk's doing, like only 200 people died or something.
Yeah.
Like, wicked.
Isn't it weird that we only ever have two parties that can like really take the reins?
Yeah.
Like, you think about it, it's so like it's that polarization of argument, right? If you let two factions go at each other, you tend to forget about, like, if it creates enough outrage, if they're talking about enough crazy shit, they'll normally take as much of your attention as possible so you're not thinking about the actual policies that they're not going to be pushing. They go, that's why debates are so fun. You're like, oh, well, he just one-upped him. But we're not actually thinking about the policies. They will, like, there's not been one prime minister in Australia other than, I think, John Howard, who's actually gone through on, like, most of their policies.
Yeah. I remember him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I don't even think he did it that much.
I don't know.
I'm John Howard. No.
I remember John Howard. John Howard, he wouldn't say sorry, and it was boat people. That was Howard.
Yeah.
What I remember.
And then Kevin Rudd said sorry.
Kevin immediately said sorry.
Yeah, and they all hated him for it.
And I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah. It's basically like taking like the nerd from school and being like, no, you say it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hate that guy, don't hate us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a massive run, old Howard. Because I remember he was around when the gun thing was going on that bloke in Tassie. He shot up the place.
Port Arthur.
Yeah, Port Arthur. Yeah. And then he had the boats, and then he had a fucking big run.
Do you want to know a funny fact?
Always.
In 1991, I dare say, it could have been 1989, Pepsi Cola had the 17th largest military in the world.
What?
Yeah.
How?
So Russia, during the Cold War,
Yeah.
America stopped sending syrup for Pepsi
Okay. To Russia?
to Russia because they couldn't pay,
Okay.
right? So Russia paid Pepsi in warships and submarines.
What?
So they got given over 25 warships and submarines
How is that? What?
for Pepsi.
How do you, okay, so say you're Pepsi and you go, yeah, I'll have a warship.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool to say, I'll have a warship.
Yeah.
Not like, you can now pay me in, like, guns and ammo. Like,
Yeah. Well,
how do you sell that now? Like, you've got it, now what?
well, this is what happened. This is how it transpired. Basically, I think it was Reagan. No, it must have been later than that. Nixon. I think it was Nixon. It could have been in the 80s, actually. But one of the presidents said, how dare you take payment like this?
Yeah.
And Pepsi's CEO at the time came back and said, we're doing more to disarm Russia than you ever have. So shut up.
What?
Yeah.
I guess it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just taking, taking their shit.
Took their shit, right.
Yeah.
But they were all decommissioned warships and fucking battle fucking submarines and stuff.
Still pretty strange.
But it was like $1.6 billion.
What with it? But who do they sell it to, the Vietnamese, or they sell it to?
No, they had it all confiscated by the American government. Literally, they fucking melted it
No
down.
shit. I would take a warship. I'd need some people to sail it though.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
then
having a Pepsi warship. It's like
you'd have to have.
just shoots it straight at fucking Coca-Cola. Just
Yeah, but I don't even know. Like, I would want it to live somewhere. Like, you'd want an island as well, because like you'd want to shoot at shit if you had a warship.
yeah.
But you don't want to shoot at shit that'll shoot back or anything. Like, you want to like. Yeah, I want to see shit fucked up if I had a warship, but I wouldn't want to shoot another warship.
Yeah.
Like, unless
I would.
Yeah, unless it was empty or something.
No.
Or like drones, trying to get a drone.
Or shooting a what's the Bill Burr joke? We're shooting fucking P&O cruisers out of the water.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna get a job down to the wharf. Apparently, dude's so funny, bro. Should we wrap this shit up?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it.
All right.
How can people find you?
It's at PerthDudeFood on fucking every platform.
Every platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when can we expect the vlogs? When are they happening, Lachie?
This year.
Yeah?
This year. Next few. I want to do it now, but next few months because, I can't film myself.
Yeah.
Got some people to do that.
Yeah.
That's like been the hard bit, is trying to find
a crew.
just a bloke I can trust to just film it.
Do you have like a friend that you hang out with heaps that would be interested?
Yeah, and then like Tim, we did the thing with that's what he does.
Yeah.
We did the Fringe show. That's what he does. So maybe hook something up with him.
Yeah, nice. Maybe if you get like a bunch that are like have different rosters. And
yeah, for sure.
you can
That's sort
schedule
of the
them in.
idea. Is just there's cool people out there. I meet them all the time.
Yeah.
And also kids. Kids love it. Like, kids are better than I am at like editing and all that sort of shit. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that avenue.
Fuck yeah, bro. Well, thank you so much for coming down, man, and fucking enlightening us on your tale. All the best for the future.
Yeah.
This is it's exciting times for you, bro.
Yeah. 2023 is going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, bro. 100%.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great time. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Take me home, I wanna know if you're